All right, today is Friday, October 5th, 2018. This is the meeting of the Kubernetes CSI Implementation Group. As a reminder, this meeting is public, recorded, and published on YouTube. Today we're going to go over the remaining tasks that we have outstanding for 1.12 and then do a quick overview of the tasks that we have for Q4 this quarter for the CSI implementation. The last items that we have left on the 112 release are getting the 0.40 sidecar containers cut and tagged. There was a open issue that was blocking the release of the 0.40 sidecar containers, but Jan took a look at it and he introduced a patch in Kubernetes, and he explained that 0.40 does not need to block on that, and that we should be able to go ahead and merge or go ahead and cut a new release. So that was the signal that we got yesterday. As of this point, it doesn't look like the release, the sidecar containers have been cut yet. I'll follow up with Luis after this meeting to see if we can get that done today.
Hi, Saad, about that one. So I updated the dependency for that, the driver registrar right now, but that was before the 1.12.0 tag was available. So it's actually pointing to the release branch. So this one, Luis merged it. Do I need to do an update? So right now, basically, it's pointing to the branch, right? But Chen pointed out that the branch can get changed if there is something. Should we change that to this tag? This tag just comes out, the 1.12.0 tag.
Let's do that.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, let's
I'll do that. Okay. We don't need to. I remember you said something. We need 1.12.1. We don't need to wait for that one, right?
Not anymore. So
okay.
We thought we needed to do that. We don't need 112.1 anymore. Let's just go ahead and point it at 112.0 tag.
Okay.
Just sync up with Luis to make sure that you get this in before he does the cut, and then give him a thumbs up once all of these are completed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And you're going to do it for all the sidecar containers?
Yeah. So yeah, some are merged, and the external storage. Yeah, I will sync up with Chen again because the 1.12.0 tag was just became available. So
got it.
Yeah, I updated that one.
Okay, that makes sense. And any updates on the end-to-end tests?
No, not yet. So Jean says she's going to take a look, so I will ping her again.
Sure.
On those.
Okay, sounds good. And then let's move on to the current tasks. Looks like there's only 3 of us here, so we'll only be able to get the status for these 3. CRD installation mechanism, I followed up with API machinery. They told me to put it on their next SIG meeting to discuss, which will be Wednesday next week. So I'll go there and discuss it with them. It's possible that they'll forward me to SIG cluster lifecycle to go and talk to cluster lifecycle, because it's an installation bootstrapping problem, not necessarily a API machinery problem. In the meantime, I think what we want to do is for the security team, what they ended up doing was using the add-on manager to install the CRDs. So if we can do the same thing, that would unblock us for the short term at least. And that way, whatever these other teams decide to do for the installation, common installation mechanism, we're not dependent on it. So I'm going to pursue that. Let me put a note here. And that's all the update I have on that. Deep, do you have anything on topology support?
Yeah, so basically Cheng and I are working on it, and we identified a couple more work items there.
Okay.
So basically the first one is ongoing, and we came up with basically Cheng filed an issue around potentially coming up with external admission webhook to validate some of the semantics of the topology keys, basically the map and set validations, to make sure that everything's good. So I think it's probably something that I'll have to work in coordination with the CRD installation process. So most likely you.
Okay, perfect.
And yeah, we'll probably have to sync up on that and how exactly to bring it in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I also would like to become a member of the external provisioner repo.
Okay.
Assign myself to the issues. Yeah.
Sounds good. Ping me after this
Sure.
on Slack, and then I'll add you.
Okay. That's all I had.
Cool. And next up is snapshots. So is there any work in progress at the moment, or?
So I have just started looking at the finalizer.
Okay.
And Jean is looking at the reclaim policy.
Okay.
And the admission control that's being reviewed, basically just needs some update, and so the work is already done.
Cool.
And the CSI topology, so I will submit a PR to the CSI spec soon.
Yeah. Perfect. Looks like good progress. Thank you, Shane.
Thanks.
Next up is moving CSI RBAC role definition from Kubernetes to external repos. I need to find someone to work on this. I was trying to see if Jordan was going to be able to pick up this work. I haven't been able to get him to commit, so I might need to find someone else. So this is still in progress. If any of you are aware of anybody that wants to work on this, let me know. Otherwise, I'll continue to look. CSI entry, moving the CSI driver and CSI node info object from alpha to beta. This is something that Jan is working on, but he's blocked on the CRD installation mechanism being in place. I think we also need to think about if the CRD mechanism is going to be alpha this quarter, whatever this new mechanism is. Are we okay moving this to beta as the installation mechanism for it is alpha? And so we'll talk about that once we have a better understanding of how we're going to proceed with the CRD installation. Next up is the CSI pod inline stuff. So Vlad's not here. We'll leave that, and we'll leave the stuff that we assigned to Luis. Moving CSI to 1.0, there was a meeting Wednesday morning to discuss the tasks. No real follow-up there other than the CCLAs are being signed at the moment. And that's it. Splitting up the driver registrar. I forgot who we assigned this to. Luis. Okay. Put his name on that. So hopefully we get an update on more of these on Monday.
Is this different? Is this different from the one just above it, like 2 lines above the split up driver? There are 2 split up driver registrar.
That is exactly the same. Good catch. All right, that's one less item for us to work on. That's pretty much it. Anything you guys want to talk about?
So David and I met up yesterday around the migration story that he's
Mhm.
working on.
Yep.
The next steps there are probably like he's going to work on a translation foundation that I guess the provisioner and the attached detached logic can build on top of to
Okay.
make sure all the existing things can flow easily, like existing PVC will provision through the CSI equivalent, but if it's not there, it'll do the right things. But I think like timeline wise, it's probably not something that can be wrapped up by 1:30. So most likely it'll probably have to go over a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is okay. So I think the stretch goal is to get it alpha this quarter.
Okay.
If it ends up slipping, then we can push it into Q1.
Right.
Ideally, the faster that we can get it done, the better, but let's see.
Yeah. So we were sort of tracking two main drivers. Like one is obviously the GCPD and the other one is the EBS, since there's a fair bit of traction on that.
GCPD and what was the other one?
The EBS CSI driver from
Okay.
Nishi's team, so that we can try out the translation mechanism actually.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. All right. That's all that I have for this meeting. Anything else?
That's it.
Cool. Thank you both, and we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.